Calm your mind. Context, Tor. Okay. So I've had a few epiphanies. I always have those epiphanies, but I don't do anything about them. That's a problem. If you're watching this right now, don't do as me. Try to just document the epiphanies, talk about them, think about them, mention them to other people, write them down. You see, I'm listening to this audiobook by Kevin Hart, and I don't know if you don't know who Kevin Hart is. He is the comedian. He's a very short comedian who is the best friend of The Rock, I think. You know, he's the little guy in Jumanji. He has loads of comedy specials. He's a really good stand-up comedian. But he's also a very impressive entrepreneur. And so I was listening to his audiobook and just hearing his life story, and he's sharing these insights. And I figured, holy shit, I've had so many insights, but I haven't done shit about them, so maybe I should start to document them. And I've been trying to do that 63 times so far. But this time I was like, okay, I need to really dedicate myself to do this, because not only is it going to help me to reflect on the things that I've learned, but it's also going to help those other people who's on that path trying to do whatever I was trying to do. And it doesn't have to be within the whatever you're doing, like specifically what you're doing. It's just a mindset that requires a person to do certain things to achieve a certain result. Yeah. So, first of all, when I started off, I was very much trying to do it all. And I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I did everything. I did the drop shipping game. I did the chat operator, the sex chat operator. I did many, many things. I started an agency. I was within different niches because, you know, they said that the fortune is in the niche, or what was it? The riches is in the niche. The riches is in the niches? Something like that. You need a niche or a niche. It's the first time I've actually had to think about, what is that? Is it a niche or a niche? Who cares? But the thing is, what do you do, right? And I was so caught up on that I didn't do anything. I was within baby security, which is a horrible niche to go into. Don't do that, because there are so many things that you have to think about. It was horrible. The thing is, just think about what you want to do. Something that you're good at, not just something for the immediate gain, you know, the instant gratification, because that's never going to work. So what I learned from Kevin Hart is he fought. He did so much within stand-up. He did the small gigs. He did every gig he could. He was backstabbed. He was abused. He was exploited. All of those things just came on the journey. And I had a lot of different parallels to connect those things with. So I understood where he came from. And then I started to think, how can this be connected to what I do? Because what I want to do, like what I set out to do, was to create the freedom, the ultimate freedom. And then it just dawned on me that I have the freedom. You know, what is the freedom? When I was working, it was the freedom of not having to work whenever I was told to, or to be able to get money when I needed it, or to go and see my daughter doing a rehearsal for the national. It's a national, no, not the National Day, the Independence Day. Yeah, the Independence Day parade. So she was doing that. I was the only parent standing there, and I was like, I do have the freedom. I can do what I want. That was the freedom, right? But it's like levels upon levels upon levels of freedom, because one is having the time freedom to do what you want, and you earn, I don't know, everything from $0 or minus dollars up until like $2,000 a month, and then you have those where $2,000 a day is a bad day, and then you have those where you earn $2 million and you're not really happy about that because it could have been better. There are so many levels of freedom, right? So many different cliques, groups of freedom, people. I have no idea. But there is one thing that kind of goes through all of them, and that is the fight. It is the consistency and the tenacity to continue to do what you want to do. just in the face of fear, in face of failure, you're still doing what you want to do because that is part of the journey and you fell in love with the journey. So instead of trying to get those instant gratification things in the beginning, trying to figure out what you really know, what you're good at, what you want to share. What if I told you, I want you to talk on this stage for 20 minutes? Is there anything that you can talk about for 20 minutes without having to prepare? Most people will have some topic that just pops in through their head, right? They're like, yeah, I know this. And then wing it. That. To go from that and just see what you can do with that. The thing that you really love to do. Kevin Hart was comedy. For me, I'm not really sure. I love to talk to people. I love to see the shift. The shift is huge. The shift is where you go from one paradigm to the next, real time, and you see the eyes of people just, when the entire world shifts. So I created the podcast called The Shift, and I was like very stagnant. I did not know what to do. I had no idea where I wanted to go from there. And now I'm like, I need to talk to more people. I want to have motivational conversation, inspirational conversation. I want to talk to people who inspire me. And I know that that is going to be inspiring for those people listening to it. So the shift. If you share your story within whatever, and I think that it could be within whatever, because as I said, Kevin Hart is comedy. I was more of the whole human potential, what can you do, how to get over your own mind and how to become a warrior of love in your life. I think. I have no idea. I've been trying to kind of let go of the labels. So instead of me saying, I am a coach, or I'm this, or I'm that, I'm simply me. And everything that I learned on my journey, if that can help other people, great. Then let's do that. Let's do more of that, because that's awesome. If I can see some people having the shift, that is my drug. And I was listening to this podcast also with Joe Rogan and Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart has become somewhat of a bromance for me. But Joe Rogan said that I love how you speak in the book because you're so open and you're just sharing it. You're just saying it as it is. And Kevin Hart said, well, isn't that the point? Because I can't take it with me when I'm dying. And I was like, yes. Because I started the FML project because of that. I had a blood clot. When I started this thing, I still had that problem. I couldn't do shit. So I wanted to have this thing, this entity, this whatever the heck it was, that's going to be able to share my story to my kids when I was not there. So they had something to get to know who their dad was, right? Purely through who I was. Because I told my granddad, you should definitely write a book. You're a very interesting person. You need to write a book. Not for yourself, maybe for yourself as well, but for those people who comes after you. Because now we have memes and 15-second videos of Kardashians, and that's going to teach us anything? No! You need to write a book. But he didn't. He died before he got the chance to do that. And after that, I would be like, share your story. Because people after you will have benefit of listening to it. They will see how you think. And when they see how you think, they might have that shift just from one sentence. One sentence. For me, yesterday I had one of those epiphanies, which is why I'm creating this right now. I'm recording this video right now because I had an epiphany. It's all about the belief, right? If you're in a religion, it's about the belief you have for the religion. If you're into spirituality, it is because of the belief that you have within the spirituality. And I think that because of the quantum physics kind of thing, then the belief that you have in itself, the frequency of that emotion, the emotion of belief, is what is going to give you the results. Doesn't matter what you believe in, you have the frequency of belief. Labelless, if you will. Just being on that frequency, you know that there's something out there, you know that you can interact with something in some way, and because of that, you get stuff back. My thing was that I want to give people the belief they have in themselves. I want to give them the belief. Because you have many different types of belief. You can have a cult, a sect, and people will come into that sect because they have belief in the cult leader. That's not cool, because then that belief is in that entity, that one person who's just doing this for personal gain, or just doing this because of some end goal of killing everyone with Kool-Aid at the end of it. That's not how it works. So I wanted to have that belief. I wanted to show people that they can understand something about the universe and the mathematics, I guess, because I try to go for the most irrefutable evidence that is possible. So frequencies, quantum physics, your thoughts, that leads to emotions and actions and results and all those things, and really teach people that you can do things that you did not think was possible before. And that is going to instill some belief in you. Why am I doing the things with my hands? I have no idea. But, belief. If you don't have belief in a external entity, and you know that all the power you need is within yourself, and you know that whatever you do, you have the choice to do something else if it doesn't work, and you don't fear the external complaining, I guess, opinions of other people, or what would happen if you fail, and if you're willing to just continue to do that, you get a high five of all those 5 things. Just being, you can now just do whatever you want because you have belief in yourself. See how that spiraled? That's interesting, because when I write, I don't get that. When I talk, I become a conductor. I become a conduit from the universe somewhat, because I speak, and then all of a sudden I go on a tangent, and I have no idea what I'm saying before I've said it. So I'm just saying stuff that comes to mind before it even comes to mind, and by the end of it, all of a sudden I had an epiphany. Belief! Should have write that down. I hope that this was helpful for anyone. I will try to do this more, because I want to get into that whole podcast scene again, and I want to talk to interesting people, and I want to just get as much out of life as I can. And the only way that I see I can do that is by connecting to more and more and more people, and then not burning myself out in the process. So what insights, what specific insights can we have from this one? First of all, your niche. Just focus on one thing that you really love doing. 2, don't focus on instant gratification. 3, know that you can do these things. You have the belief in yourself. I think that's good for a first thing. A first attempt on this thing. I have no idea where this is going to go, but I think it's going to help me. So it's done purely out of egotistical motivations. But maybe if someone gets some help out of it, I am loving it. Maybe, and if you get the shift through one of these videos, do comment, do say so. Say, holy shit, I got the shift, or something. #shift, or whoa, something. Because seeing that just motivates me to do more. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and you know what you know. Yeah, I could have probably extrapolated even more, but you know what I mean. When I talk about things, it makes sense for me. Some of the things that I do, most of the things that I do, is just a result of how I see the universe. And for many other people, they don't see the universe as I do. They don't see life as I do. And when I say certain things, a sentence, whatever it is, they might have a aha moment, and that will change something. If I don't know that those happen, maybe I get demotivated and I don't share anymore, right? But if I see, and sometimes it happens when I actually create videos and post them. Sometimes it happens that people see something that resonates so hard with them that the paradigm shifts. And when that happens, I just get fueled to get more, to do more, to create more, to continue doing more. Yeah. For some reason, I can't ever keep these things to 3 minutes. That was my intention, by the way. A short video. Look where that got us. But I hope that you have a fantastic day. Take care of your freaking family, and I will see you in the next one. And if you did have a shift, holy shift. #holy shift. That's not half bad. See you. It didn't stop. I clicked it. Didn't stop. Let's try that again. See you.